Welcome to the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission's 2020 Virtual Gala. Tonight, we look forward to our 7th celebration of planning excellence in the Lehigh Valley. Planners work to improve the well-being of all people living in our communities by taking a comprehensive perspective. This approach leads to safer, resilient, more equitable, and more prosperous communities. We celebrate the role that planning plays in creating great communities each October with National Community Planning Month. Planning is more important than ever as communities continue to navigate disruptive changes brought about by the pandemic. Please join us tonight on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and use the hashtag LVAwards2020.
Welcome to the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission's 7th Annual Gala and Awards. Every October, as part of National Planning Month, we bring together government, nonprofit, and industry leaders to celebrate excellence in planning, development, and community collaboration. This evening, we are here to celebrate the great work being done by all our municipalities and the incredible partnerships they're forging to make this region a great place to live. I'm here along the beautiful Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor Trail at Allentown Canal Park. It provides the perfect example of high quality life we enjoy throughout the Lehigh Valley. And we can credit this region's quality of character to the commitment and work being done every day by our 62 municipalities. With guidance and support from the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission and the goals and policies set in future Lehigh Valley, the regional plan, communities are working to manage our growth, preserve our farmland and open space. Together, they are supporting quality and sustainable employment, equitable and attainable housing, excellence in education, access to parks and recreation facilities, and they're increasing their focus on protecting our environment, whether it be through sound stormwater management, green building development, wetlands protection, or air quality improvements. Local and county government work never ends, as the managers, protectors, innovators, visionaries, decision makers, and leaders that support every aspect of a community and our region's success. It is too little recognized the role of good governance in ensuring individual, business, and community achievement. We are here tonight to celebrate our local governments and their fundamental contribution and unwavering ability to rise to a challenge. By working together with Northampton County, Lehigh County, and the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission, they've made this a place I'm proud to call home. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the celebration.
We'd like to thank the members of the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission, all of whom are volunteers. Embracing the power of many are our officers, Chair Greg Zebrowski, Vice Chair Steve Glickman, and Treasurer Pamela Pearson. From Lehigh County, County Executive Phillips Armstrong and alternate Rick Mulchaney, Percy Doherty, Bob Elbick, Cece Gerlach, Michael Gibson, Michael Harrickle Jr., Kent Herman, Jamie Johnson, Mayor Ray O'Connell and alternate Leonard Leitner, Christina Torrey Morgan, Owen O'Neill, Kathy Rader, Steve Repash, Kevin Schmidt, Joshua Siegel, Donna Wright, and Amy Zanelli. From Northampton County, County Executive Lamont McClure Jr. and alternate Tina Smith, Chris Amato, Brian Callahan, Janelle Connolly, Melissa Davis, Mayor Robert Donchez and alternate Darlene Heller and Liesl Dreisbach, Charles Elliott, Bob Lammy, Susan Lawless, Kevin Lott, Mayor Salpanto Jr. and alternate Carl Menges, Bill McGee, John Jack McGorry, Steve Melnick, Spirit Rutzler, and Gerald Yob. We'd like to thank the members of Lehigh Valley Transportation Study, Finding Regional Solutions to Global Challenges are Coordinating Committee members, Chair Mike Rebert, Vice Chair Brian Hare, Secretary Becky Bradley, Mayor Ray O'Connell and alternate Craig Messinger, Mayor Robert Donchez and alternate Mike Alcol, Mayor Salpanto Jr. and alternate Dave Hopkins, County Executive Phillips Armstrong and alternate Rick Mulchaney, County Executive Lamont McClure Jr. and alternate Mike Amelie, Owen O'Neill and Tom Stout. Technical Committee members, Chair Chris Cuffrow, Vice Chair Brendan Cotter, Secretary Becky Bradley, Mayor Ray O'Connell and alternate Leonard Leitner, Mayor Robert Donchez and alternate Darlene Heller, Mayor Sal Panto Jr. and alternate Dave Hopkins, Jim Mosca, and Ryan Meyer.
Over the course of the evening, you'll hear a lot of different voices. That's because planning at its best is done by collaboration. I'm extremely fortunate to lead a team of experts in the field, people that I admire and bring talent, integrity, and honor to the Commission and our Lehigh Valley every day. Every LVPC team member has played a role in producing this event and all of the work that we do. It's with great pride that I introduce you to Matt Assad, Managing Editor, Charles Doyle, Director of Transportation Planning and Data Management, Tracy Oskovich, Director of Development, Jeffrey Reese, Director of Environmental Planning, Bruce Ryder, Director of Administration, Carol Halper, Senior Advisor, Samantha Smith, Chief Community Planner, Elena Tucci, Senior Environmental Engineer, Vicki Weidenhammer, Controller, Teresa Mackey, Senior Environmental Planner, Susan Rockwell, Senior Environmental Planner, Jill Seitz, Senior Community Planner, David Tausey, Senior Geographic Information Systems Planner, Craig Kackenmeister, Graphic Designer and Publication Coordinator, Simon Okumu, Transportation and Economic Systems Planner, Brian Height, Senior Planning Technician, Bethany Vasquez, Program Associate, Julie Benko, Community Fellow, Modest Motoresi, Community Fellow.
Without sponsors, we wouldn't be able to be with you virtually this evening. Special thanks to all of our sponsors and project partners. Our sponsors work with the Commission to support the development and implementation of Future LV, the regional plan. Throughout this evening, you'll hear more from each about how they do it.
Thank you to Diamond sponsor AT&T, Platinum sponsors City Center Allentown and JG Petrucci, Gold sponsors Boyle Construction Management, King Spry Herman Freudenthal, the Nefs National Bank, and Michael Baker International. Silver sponsors Langen, Barry Isett and Associates, Hanover Engineering, Environmental Planning and Design, McMahon Associates, and TWG Security. And our program partner, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation's Local Technical Assistance Program.
The most successful regions in the U.S. and the world are built on collaboration, partnerships, and a collective understanding that everyone is an owner. The Lehigh Valley is extremely successful, as evidenced by our development activity, city and borough revitalization, and continued desire of people and businesses to move to the region. Local leaders are advancing policy and investment around economic mobility, technology, housing attainability, rethinking infrastructure systems, climate change, resiliency, workforce training, and education. The entire region is diligently preparing for the future. The LVPC has been dedicated to that effort since 1961, and we're committed to fostering the kind of partnership and collaboration needed for us to build the best possible future. Our optimism for that future comes from the experiences of a past in which the Lehigh Valley has always overcome any challenges that arise while taking advantage of the opportunities presented. We operate on the belief that the future is now. We must be leaders. We can now create a future Lehigh Valley we want and need together.
Good evening, friends. My name is Joe Divis, and I'm thrilled to be representing hundreds of my AT&T colleagues in Pennsylvania to welcome you to the LVPC 2020 Gala. AT&T is honored to again be the lead sponsor of this event to celebrate excellence in planning and collaboration in the Lehigh Valley. Congratulations to Becky Bradley and her team in making the 2020 pivot for this event, and in continuing the important work of the LVPC during the challenge of these unprecedented times. Welcome and thanks to our county executives, Phil Armstrong and Lamont McClure, and the LVPC volunteer leadership for all of your supportive efforts. For AT&T, our business is about keeping people connected. Perhaps never has the importance of our mission been more profound as during the COVID-19 crisis. You don't design a network for a pandemic per se, but it turns out that investing to build a robust network with self-healing architecture and open standards can help ready it for just about anything. For AT&T in Pennsylvania, it was an investment of more than $850 million over the past 3 years. We're carrying more data than ever before. In fact, the AT&T Global Network now carries more than 391 petabytes of data traffic on an average day. For a sense of proportion, a single petabyte is equal to the size of 10 million pictures on Facebook. That's up nearly 20% compared to pre-pandemic figures. We anticipate more of the same as work and school locations have switched from the office and classroom to the kitchen table. One of AT&T's core values is to be there when the people need us. At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, we were proud to support the Second Harvest Food Bank of the Lehigh Valley, Foundation 58, and the PA Fire and Emergency Services Institute, to name a few. On top of the pandemic, 2020 has seen a renewed and sometimes difficult discussion of racial justice. One of our AT&T values is stand for equality, and the company has been steadfast in our role to help build a future where all individuals in the Valley, in Pennsylvania, and across the nation are treated equally and empowered to thrive. Not to be outdone, Mother Nature has made her own mark on 2020. Our network crews and disaster recovery teams have been dealing with the wildfires out west and the onslaught of hurricanes and tropical storms which have battered Texas and the Southeast, all to keep our customers connected. I'd like to note AT&T is committed to be carbon neutral across its entire global operations by 2035. These new commitments build on company-wide efforts to mitigate climate change and help us prepare better for natural disasters. We're also seeing first responders consume more than twice as much data as general consumers, reinforcing the need and the importance of having FirstNet, the network purpose-built for public safety. While this is not the preferred way to recognize the many municipal achievements and leadership of the past year, it doesn't diminish the importance to our communities. Congratulations to the LVPC and to all those in the Valley we celebrate this evening. Here's to a brighter future, LV.
It is the product of more than 240 public meetings, events, and strategy labs attended by nearly 10,000 people from every corner of the Lehigh Valley. It is Future LV, the regional plan, and it is a blueprint to guide the Lehigh Valley to 2045 and beyond. The plan is designed to manage a region that's growing by more than 3,000 people a year, while protecting the farmland, natural resources, and recreation areas that help define its character and maintain a high quality of life. Future LV marks the first time in the Lehigh Valley's history of Lehigh and Northampton counties and federally required long-range transportation plan are merged into a single plan for the future, so that land use planning can be balanced with the region's $2.5 billion transportation investment program. Future LV was developed in partnership with the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission, Northampton County Council, Lehigh Valley Transportation Study, Lehigh County Commissioners, Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, United States Department of Transportation, 62 municipalities, 39 sewer and water authorities, 17 school districts, and more than 200 businesses. This collaboration is critical to meeting needs, harmonizing interests, and working through challenges now and over the next 25 years. With the world changing rapidly, this plan will be updated every 4 years.
A seamless transportation network where roads, trails, sidewalks, and technology connects everyone to every place, even if they don't have a car. That's the mission of Walk Roll LV, the region's first ever active transportation master plan. Walk Roll LV is designed to create a transportation system that welcomes pedestrians, bicyclists, and people with disabilities. Its mission is to create safer intersections, walkable neighborhoods, and a network that promotes healthy living while encouraging people to get out of their cars. The plan was more than a year in the making by the Lehigh Valley Transportation Study, the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission, consultants, tool design group and traffic planning and design, dozens of community partners, and a community-based working group in which more than 250 people participated. It is truly a community plan.
Hello, I am Ralph Eberhardt from the Lehigh Valley office of Michael Baker International and the Chamber's Transportation Committee. Thank you to all the local and state representatives for maintaining their essential operations for the residents and businesses of the Lehigh Valley during these challenging times. At Michael Baker International, we strive to make a difference in the communities that we serve, and that includes partnering with our local, state, and federal clients in the planning, design, construction, and operation of green multimodal transportation infrastructure that is sustainable, equitable, and inclusive. Thank you, and have a good evening.
A greener, more environmentally conscious future has always been part of the LVPC's land use, planning, and development policy, but more recently, new technology enables us to have a greater impact on extending those policies to transportation. A result of that new focus came in 2019 when the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration approved the LVPC's request to designate Interstate 78 as an alternative fuels corridor. This designation puts I-78 in line for public and private funding to install alternative fueling stations and signage, making the highway and the Lehigh Valley in general more attractive to people with electric or compressed natural gas vehicles. Our work doesn't end there. The LVPC has asked PennDOT and FHWA to consider routes 22 and 33 as alternative fuels corridors during the next round of designations.
The Lehigh Valley has more than 4,100 miles of roadway, and keeping accurate data is key to maintaining it. The LVPC does that through its traffic count and segment inventory program.
Through our partnership with PennDOT, every year we take detailed traffic counts of more than 100 roadways across Lehigh and Northampton counties. We also take detailed road signage and right-of-way data on another roughly 180 roadways, giving a clear picture of existing conditions. Whether today's roadways still match PennDOT's data and whether upgrades will be needed is also assembled. And when things change, we adapt. So this year we are tracking how the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting traffic. The LVPC's partnership with PennDOT is a key component of more than $100 million invested each year in the region's transportation network.
Where you live in the Lehigh Valley has a big impact on your access to the American dream. The LVPC's equity analysis, created in 2018 and updated in 2020, was the first of its kind for this region and one of the first in the nation to provide a statistical look at who has access, and who does not, to housing, education, transportation, and employment. The analysis, derived from 14 key data sets taken from every census tract, paints a picture of a region with lots of positive aspects and lots of work to be done to ensure that every person has a fair shot at reaching their goals. As our nation evolves in this difficult time, our equity work is evolving with it. The LVPC's equity work supported the allocation of computers and internet connectivity for 17,000 students in the Allentown School District to support remote schooling. That work is now expanding to United Way of the Greater Lehigh Valley's 411 system, food access, and age-friendly projects. This foreclosure and eviction tool has now led to a partnership with the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia on at-risk employment segments and housing. The equity analysis, future updates to it, and the many new projects it has led to give the region its clearest picture yet about where we stand and what must be done to give everyone an opportunity for a happy, prosperous life in the Lehigh Valley.
The plan review expertise of the LVPC is vital in managing growth and preserving natural areas and farmland. These reviews help us make sure development follows the law and advise municipalities on the type of development they accept and where it should go. That includes reviewing every land development plan filed in the region to determine if it is consistent with future LV, the regional plan, reviewing land development stormwater plans to protect the region from flooding and property loss, reviewing every municipal zoning or ordinance change, and collaborating with Lehigh and Northampton Transportation Authority, school districts, and the communities as a whole to put special focus on land uses of regional significance.
Between January and September this year, we reviewed 123 subdivisions and 216 land development plans, along with 101 stormwater management plans and 49 municipal ordinance map and plan amendments for the planning programs of Lehigh and Northampton counties. Overall, from January through September, the Commission reviewed more than 3,850 new housing units and almost 10 million new square feet of non-residential development. The rate of plan and ordinance review is as high as 2019 for the same period, with the added challenge of the pandemic and the increased need for the LVPC to support local governments in managing their planning pressures.
I'm Michael Gall, the chair of the Municipal Law Group at the Kingsborough Law Firm. We congratulate the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission in bringing us all together tonight to celebrate community collaboration. Creative solutions, teamwork, and perseverance have been the keys to overcoming the unusual challenges presented this year. The Kingsborough Law Firm proudly supports the Planning Commission and all the honorees tonight. The projects we celebrate enrich our communities and allow our businesses to prosper. The best is yet to come.
Development has become a central issue in the Lehigh Valley, and the LVPC is uniquely positioned to track what it is, where it's happening, and what might be coming in the future. But rather than tucking away in a spreadsheet all the data gleaned from more than 400 subdivision and land development reviews a year, we produced Build LV, the region's most comprehensive look at every development project proposed anywhere in the region. The report is designed as an easy-to-digest look at development in the Lehigh Valley that is used routinely by municipal leaders, school districts, builders, and investors as a roadmap for future development and planning. Those who don't want to wait for the annual report to arrive can view the data we use to build the annual report in our monthly subdivision snapshot report, available online and by email within days of the previous month's close. Build LV is among the LVPC's most popular products, and it will continue to be key in managing a successful region's future growth. Both Build LV and the monthly snapshot are available at lvpc.org.
On behalf of J.G. Petrucci, we're proud to be a sponsor of the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission Gala. The Lehigh Valley Planning Commission has been a great partner over the years for our company. We've been in business about 33 years. We're standing on our latest adaptive reuse development in the Lehigh Valley, the former Guardian Corporate Center, where we've developed 3 buildings totaling 470,000 square feet. Behind me is a recently completed Stuff Puffs facility, and we have just completed building number 2, which is 160,000 square feet. We'll focus on light industrial manufacturing users, which we believe is really at the heart of the industrial market in the Lehigh Valley, and we're really proud to be a part of the development community here.
Few issues have a greater impact on the Lehigh Valley economy and daily life than housing sales. They affect land costs, where people live and work, the growth of our economy, and ultimately the region's quality of life. That's why every 2 years, the LVPC produces a report based on every housing sale recorded anywhere in Lehigh or Northampton counties. As the only comprehensive report based on all recorded sales, including those that do not go through a realtor, it allows us to track trends of the type, size, and location of home sales. We add in census-based analysis on all rental units in the region, providing a good view of how rental prices are changing. It all provides municipal, school district, and development leaders, as well as buyers and sellers, a clear picture of where the market may be headed and how the region may need to adjust. Online interactive maps make it easy to find the information most relevant to your community. And when the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic put thousands of Lehigh Valley residents at risk of losing their homes, the LVPC developed a foreclosure and eviction risk tool designed to help government and nonprofit agencies direct resources where they're needed most. Wherever the market goes, the LVPC will be there to track its path and impact on the community.
Hi, I'm Jill Wheeler, Vice President of Sales and Marketing for City Center Allentown. City Center Allentown is proud to be the platinum sponsor of the Planning Commission's annual celebration of community at this year's Gala and Awards. We are honored to have been an award winner in 2015, and we proudly display that certificate in our office today. Since 2013, our goal at City Center has been to transform downtown Allentown into one of America's most vibrant urban communities and make our city a regional center of excellence for business, culture, and city living. That would not have been possible without the cooperation and leadership of Becky Bradley and the entire Planning Commission team, so thank you. The work you've done in establishing goals, policies, and actions designed to support our growing region has uniquely prepared for the future while addressing the needs of today. The Lehigh Valley Planning Commission's work has a direct impact on the revitalization of our cities and the entire Lehigh Valley. Thank you for all you do.
The LVPC is home to one of the region's most extensive data repositories on land use, the environment, transportation, and demographics. But for all that data to have the most impact, it has to be accessible to everyone. That's why we launched Data LV in 2017, giving people 24-hour access to important information and interactive maps that can't be found anywhere else.
Data LV is a carefully crafted story of the Lehigh Valley, told through the prism of key data points. That story is displayed on separate web pages that describe who we are, agriculture, development, economy, education, environment, health, housing, tourism, and transportation. But Data LV is more than the story it tells. It's also the power provided by the LVPC staff expertise that allows them to analyze the data of the past to predict the future. We'll add new data as it comes in and build new partnerships, such as our official affiliation with the U.S. Census Bureau, to make Data LV the one-stop repository for the most relevant and most important Lehigh Valley data.
Over the next 2 decades, $2.5 billion will be spent to repair, improve, and expand the Lehigh Valley's road, bridge, bicycle, pedestrian, and transit system. And the Lehigh Valley Transportation Study, staffed and managed by the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission, will play a key role in deciding how the money is spent. Future LV, the regional plan, combines the Bi-County Comprehensive Plan and the Long Range Transportation Plan into a single, cohesive, and innovative strategy to manage, preserve, develop, and redevelop the Lehigh Valley. Future LV also outlines how transportation dollars will be spent over the next 20 years, with investments reaching into every corner of the region, from a Route 22 that sees over 115,000 motorists a day to the smallest bridges in our rural townships. The Lehigh Valley Transportation Study approved $452 million short-term transportation improvement package to implement Future LV in July. The funding, provided by the United States Department of Transportation and Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, maintains the Lehigh Valley's transportation system, with a high priority on preventing congestion, increasing safety, efficiently allocating limited resources, and promoting the growth of a diverse, multimodal network.
The U.S. Census is critical to maintaining the level of federal transportation dollars and making sure that they grow with our population and the exponential increase in freight and logistics businesses in the Lehigh Valley. The LVPC and LVTS are actively promoting the value of being counted in 2020. In fact, a group of over 20 partners that include the Census Bureau, Lehigh Valley Community Foundation, the cities of Allentown, Bethlehem, and Easton, and the counties of Northampton and Lehigh are working together to ensure a complete count that will determine funding not only for transportation, but our education system, elder care facilities, and public safety entities, among many other critical services that all Lehigh Valley residents and businesses enjoy.
The LVPC has always provided planning assistance and guidance to municipal governments in the Lehigh Valley, including 2 new forums created over the past 2 years that support direct and consistent interaction with all 62 of the region's municipalities. Planning action teams are made of stakeholders from groupings of communities in 12 geographical subregions. Twice in the past 2 years, we've traveled the valley, making visits to each planning action team, giving us a chance to inform on our latest plans and analyses, while enabling us to receive feedback on regional issues and requests for assistance. We also hold General Assembly forums. The General Assembly is a twice-a-year meeting with representatives from each municipality, allowing the LVPC to inform community leaders of any new land use regulations or development trends, while elected officials and staff get a chance to voice any issues or challenges that they are facing. None of our work would be possible without the cooperation and participation of our municipal partners.
Managing a public construction project can be overwhelming on top of everyone's day jobs.
Boyle staff is ready to assist your team from day one. We can oversee the feasibility study, conceptual planning, and design team selection, as well as bidding and construction. From day one, we manage the risks for you and ensure your time frame and budget remain the key targets. We value our public partners. See what they have to say. Boyle Construction is honored to sponsor LVPC's 7th annual event, and we considered it particularly important in a year when the construction industry will play a key role in repairing a challenged economy. Boyle Construction is ready to collaborate with communities who need us.
There is always strength in numbers, and the LVPC is here to assist any municipality that's chosen to work with its neighbors. Through multi-municipal comprehensive plans, communities can address common priorities while maintaining local autonomy and control. That can mean sharing costs for goods and services or partnering on issues that cross municipal borders, such as roads or economic development. Perhaps the biggest benefit is the ability to collectively manage development. The LVPC completed the Southwest Lehigh County Multi-Municipal Comprehensive Plan in 2016 and is currently working on 3 additional efforts that include 10 communities in the Nazareth area, 6 communities in the Northern Lehigh area, and 10 communities in a first-time effort in the Slate Belt. Another 5 communities in the River Central area are kicking off a first-time planning effort as well. With the addition of the Saucon Valley Multi-Municipal Plan, a total of 39 of the region's 62 municipal governments will be managing their future together. Whether preserving agriculture and open space or fostering downtown redevelopment, we're honored to help more Lehigh Valley communities prepare for a balanced, successful future.
The Lehigh Valley is one of Pennsylvania's most desirable regions. It's why thousands of new residents move here every year. Local leaders are advancing policy and investment to prepare for the future. However, no public, private, or government entity can rise to the social, technological, environmental, economic, educational, health, equity, or infrastructure challenges or opportunities on their own. For that reason, the LVPC forges partnerships every year, including some that reach well outside our regional borders. For the past 3 years, the LVPC has held a seat on the Metropolitan Area Planning Forum, for the first time enabling us to share best practices and plan across regions with 9 other planning organizations in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Soon after the COVID-19 pandemic hit, we partnered with the Allentown School District to identify thousands of students that didn't have internet access to help bridge the digital divide, so students could continue to go to school remotely. In August, the LVPC joined the Federal Highway Administration and Pennsylvania Department of Transportation to host one of the nation's few truck parking roundtables to tackle a growing problem by finding strategies that can be used not only in the Lehigh Valley, but nationwide. In September, the LVPC developed a partnership with the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia to combine resources to identify the people most likely to lose their homes or jobs, so government and nonprofit entities know where to direct resources. And the LVPC has had a long partnership with the United Way of the Greater Lehigh Valley that grew in this year of extreme need. The LVPC is helping enhance food access by mapping where food pantries are, not only so people can find the resources they need, but so nonprofits could identify holes in the food access network. The LVPC also worked with the United Way and Lehigh Valley Health Network to enhance the 211 nonprofit information line that's become so vital to families across the region. Currently, the LVPC is working with the United Way to develop an age-friendly communities plan designed to help communities adapt to the changing needs of our aging population. In short, the LVPC will continue to foster partnerships with key providers inside and outside the region that can help the Lehigh Valley adapt to the changing needs of our growing population.
Planning for a successful region like the Lehigh Valley is not only important, but it's a big job that requires help from a lot of partners. Expert partners not only help the LVPC understand the needs of the region and aid us in crafting policies that best fit the community, they also help us promote and advance those policies, including those recommended in the recently adopted Future LV, the regional plan, and the region's first ever active transportation plan, Walk Roll LV. These organizations are looking to foster cooperation and collaboration among private and public entities through their meetings and events. The LVPC sits on the local chapters of these organizations: Green Building United, Pennsylvania chapter of the American Planning Association Lehigh Valley Berks section, the United Way of the Greater Lehigh Valley's Alliance on Aging, the Workforce Board Lehigh Valley's Next Generation Manufacturing and Logistics Committees, the Urban Land Institute Lehigh Valley chapter, and the Lehigh Valley Community Foundation. We are also participants of Lanta Board of Directors, Lehigh Valley Land Recycling Initiative, Sterling Rebert Farmland Preservation Board, Northampton County Parks, Recreation, and Open Space Advisory Board, the Greater Lehigh Valley Chamber of Commerce, Pennsylvania Department of Transportation Freight Advisory Committee, Pennsylvania's Delaware Basin Regional Water Resources Committee, Pennsylvania AARP, Lehigh Valley Partnership, and the Link Trails Partnership.
My name is Kevin Schmidt. I'm President and CEO of the Nefs National Bank. I believe the banking industry and the community banking banks are integral in lifting our economy. Community banks such as the Nefs National Bank have participated in the Paycheck Protection Program or the PPP program. We reached out to our customers, both retail and commercial, and provide them different options. In many instances, community banks were able to help even non-customers, customers that might have been too small for some of the mega banks. As we work through this pandemic, community banks such as the Nefs National Bank will continue to work with our customers by providing not only the necessary loan and deposit products and services, but also guidance. Community banks such as the Nefs National Bank know our customers, we know our community, and we are here to help. Thank you.
Every Lehigh Valley Planning Commission meeting is open, but we take the extra steps to get our data and analysis to the public where it can be useful. That includes writing columns for the Morning Call and Lehigh Valley Business Journal, making regular television and radio appearances, being active on social media, and placing advertisements, including some printed in English and Spanish inside all 83 Lanta buses. In addition, our staff makes dozens of presentations each year at community gatherings that range from a handful of people at group functions to hundreds of people at ticketed events such as the Greater Lehigh Valley Chamber of Commerce Transportation Forum and the annual Real Estate and Development Symposium, to even bigger crowds at regional and national events such as the Pennsylvania Brownfields Conference and the National Association of Regional Councils Annual Conference. And in this age of COVID-19, we've taken those appearances online when necessary. Most LVPC work is accessible to the public 24 hours a day at lvpc.org.
Hundreds of people each year take advantage of our education and training opportunities. Some come to our Planning on the Menu series to discuss important issues, while appointed and elected officials attend our Lehigh Valley Government Academy classes to learn about how planning, zoning, and development is done. And many join our workshop LV sessions to help us find solutions for the important issues of housing, water, freight, and multimodal transportation. One of our longest running programs is our 11-year partnership with PennDOT to host local technical assistance program classes that provide transportation network maintenance and best practices information free to hundreds of engineers, municipal workers, and elected and appointed officials each year. With all of our programs, we provide data, instruction, and information, and people give us important feedback that helps us shape policy based on the values of the Lehigh Valley residents.
Hello, my name is Mike Rebert, and I am the District Executive for PennDOT's Engineering District 5, headquartered here in the Lehigh Valley. I'm talking to you here today in front of one of our higher profile projects in the valley. That's the Tillman Street Bridge project. Now, Tillman Street project holds the distinction of being the most expensive bridge rehabilitation project in the state at this time at $28 million. We anticipate having the bridge open to vehicular traffic about this time next year. But my main reason in speaking with you today is to highlight a 11-year partnership between the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission and PennDOT, and this is the Local Technical Assistance Program, or it's commonly referred to as LTAP. LTAP provides technical assistance and training to local officials and engineers from anything from bridge maintenance to how to properly set a speed limit. So in regard to the LTAP training, through the Planning Commission, over 2,800 people have been trained over a 9-year period, which is a great testament to all the local officials who have taken time out of their day to go through this training just to make themselves a little more educated and get better and better at their job. The Lehigh Valley has the distinction of having 14 Rhodes Scholars. To get that distinction, somebody needs to attend 10 courses over a 3-year period, which again is a great testament to the dedication of our local municipal officials. So this is just another way the Planning Commission is making the Lehigh Valley a better place to live. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Pam Pearson. I'm a Tatamy Borough Council person and I'm also a commissioner with the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission. I'm here to talk to you about the Lehigh Valley Government Academy. The Lehigh Valley Planning Commission has been offering Pennsylvania Municipal Planning Education Institute courses in community planning and land use since 2014. These courses are targeted to planning commissioners, zoning hearing board members, zoning administrators, elected officials, or really anyone who wants to know more about how development in their community gets done. Nearly 300 people from the public, nonprofit, and private sectors have graduated from LVGA classes, including 75 people who have been named certified citizen planners for attending 3 courses. We would like to commend all of these students, especially the certified citizen planners, for their commitment to our community and for the giving of their time to complete these courses to benefit our communities. I took my first course when I was on the zoning hearing board here in the borough and wanted to further my own training. After becoming a Lehigh Valley Commissioner, I completed the remaining courses. It was very beneficial to me personally to learn and understand the basics so that when you're presented with actual situations, you have an understanding. The classes actually included cases where you act out different roles, like in a zoning hearing. And the Saldo class actually involved developing a piece of land. We were given a group project to plan a housing development on a given plot of land. Overall, the program has been extremely beneficial in providing local training and development for our community in land use.
With Future LV's goals, policies, and actions as the foundation, the public, private, and nonprofit sectors are rethinking the Lehigh Valley as emerging and evolving. At the core of the Lehigh Valley's success is the ability to agree to a common set of ideals that serve as a foundation for management, preservation, and growth of the region. This is reflected in the Lehigh Valley's ability to overcome challenges like the decline in the demand for slate and closing of Bethlehem Steel. We have always come together during times of change, positive, negative, and everything in between. Really, we have always been one Lehigh Valley. We have evolved our organizational and management structures to adapt to the changing needs. We've done it through the formation of organizations like the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission, LANTA, and the Lehigh Northampton Airport Authority. We've enhanced it with the development of multi-municipal partnerships like the Nazareth Area Council of Governments and Colonial Regional Police. We've built cross-industry partnerships through entities like the Workforce Board Lehigh Valley and the Greater Lehigh Valley Chamber of Commerce. And we've marketed our many assets through Discover Lehigh Valley and the Lehigh Valley Economic Development Corporation. Consistently through a system of cross-sector cooperation and collaboration, we have planned for, implemented, and benefited from being simultaneously independent and interconnected. In the face of so many future forces, whether it's globalization, the shared economy, energy diversification, living longer, substantial population growth, or a global pandemic, we will do what we have always done: rise to the challenge, innovate, adapt, evolve, and succeed.
Hello, I'm Northampton County Executive Lamont McClure. And during these difficult times, I'd like to first honor our municipal officials for meeting the challenge of providing day-to-day essential services through this pandemic. In many cases, working together to make sure our communities have the personal protective equipment they need. Their efforts aren't surprising when you consider how our municipal leaders have always worked together to protect farmland, open space, and environmental assets that give this region its unique character. Many citizens have joined in this effort, As a result, Northampton County has developed a more than 2,000-acre park system and has preserved more than 200 farms, totaling nearly 17,000 acres. Open space and farmland preservation adds value to surrounding properties as well, collectively increasing values by an estimated $1.8 billion. Annually, more than $350 million is spent by people enjoying outdoor recreation alone. Since the pandemic began, the focus of personal and community health is remarkable, with a 255% increase in trail usage along the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor, reinforcing the essential role of public spaces and environmental assets. And let's not forget the private sector, which keeps the economy strong, promotes a growing ecotourism industry, and supports an arts and cultural community that includes anchors like Arts Quest, the State Theater, and the historic districts of Easton, Bethlehem, Bangor, and Bath. In fact, nonprofit arts and cultural institutions generate more than $186 million in economic activity annually. Yes, we are all in this together, but more importantly, we're all working together to keep Northampton County and the entire region the kind of place that attracts people to start businesses, raise families, create and recreate and retire. We have it all here because we're all working to make it happen.
Hello, I'm Lehigh County Executive Phillips Armstrong, and I'm so proud to be here celebrating the hard work of our municipal leaders and the way they've pulled together and collaborated to get the Lehigh Valley through this difficult time. We've been working closely with a committee comprised of our business community, government leaders, and nonprofit entities like the United Way, Workforce Board Lehigh Valley, and the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission to devote our CARES Act funds to the municipalities, businesses, and nonprofit agencies where it can do the most good. But this spirit of partnership and collaboration is nothing new because our communities have a long history of working together to make the Lehigh Valley a better place to live. Through their efforts, we've been able to preserve what separates the Lehigh Valley from other regions: our parks, trails, recreation, farmland, and open space. As I boast our unrivaled scenery, I'm standing or sitting here on Bake Oven Knob, part of the Appalachian Trail. This national treasure traverses the scenic, wooded, pastoral, wild, and cultural resident lands of the Appalachian Mountains. Conceived in 1921 and built by private citizens, local, county, and state, federal governments, our hometown National Scenic Trail is a testament to the partnerships and collaborations that support the success of Lehigh County, our region, and our nation. Look out over this vista and you'll find plenty of other evidence of what we find precious and the things that we think make this region special. This is why Lehigh County commits $1 million a year for farmland preservation, and why we're about to celebrate preserving more than 25,000 acres, giving us the third most preserved farmland in Pennsylvania. And it's why I'm thankful for the collaboration among our municipal leaders, Lehigh County commissioners, state and federal officials, and the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission. These partners and our work together make the Lehigh Valley a successful, vibrant, and resilient community to live, work, and play.
So I'm excited about this opportunity that LVPC approached us to share in our collaboration with other partners and give a thank you to their support and help throughout this year. One of the exciting things I would like to talk about is that LVPC has spearheaded that opportunity where we can collaborate together on the BUILD grant. And the build grant, of course, is helping us to build the DNL trail. So we want to give kudos and thanks to our partners from Whitehall, Catasauqua, North Whitehall, the DNL trail themselves for understanding the importance of connecting this trail, as well as our partners on the waterfront. We just want to say from the City of Allentown, thank you to all our partners that are out there. And again, we look forward to the future and working more together.
There are a lot of similarities between the City of Bethlehem and the City of Easton. And I think there's a lot of ways that Easton's successful, things that we admire, things that we try to learn from. And hopefully it's, we reciprocate, that they can learn from us too. But they have a great success with business attraction and retention. Really marketing campaigns, and their festivals are very successful. And even in the pandemic, I think we've shared a lot of similarities with putting out the parklets and trying to get some tables out on the street so our restaurants can be successful, changing the marketing campaign to bring people downtown during the pandemic. It's really been challenging lately for small business owners, and we've really had to take a close look at how we respond to that. So I think there's a lot we can learn from Easton, and I hope they can learn from us too.
We've had great cooperation from other communities. To say that these are challenging times, the good news is we're all in this together. So when we talk about each other's problems and hopefully the solutions that we have. In Easton, we've had outdoor dining. When we went to Yellow, we brought out the restaurants and retailers outside. We're still trying to do something more for the retailers. Others have taken our idea of using the outside right away for dining. We've also worked with a number of our cities about sharing personal protective equipment. We have 7 mayors that get together from Scranton to York, Pennsylvania. This whole region, the Allentown, Bethlehem Easton region, Poconos and Lancaster, York County. So, and Reading is in there as well. So it's been interesting.
Hi, my name is Leroy Brobst. I'm the Borough Manager of Northampton Borough, in the heart of the beautiful Lehigh Valley. As I stand here, I think about all of our wonderful neighbors. I don't mean people, I mean collectively, the communities around us. We've had an opportunity to work with most of them through the years. We have intermunicipal agreements with them. And anytime we need help, we can reach out to Allen Township, East Allen Township, North Catasauqua, Catasauqua Borough, Hanover Township, Lehigh County, Moore Township, just to name a few. Don't forget Copley. The spirit of cooperation with these surrounding communities helps us in all of our endeavors. We do all of our work in-house. We don't contract work out, and that works just fine for us. I think all communities should give it a whirl. Talk to your neighbor and see what you can do to work together.
Hi, I'm Cindy Miller, and I'm the chairperson for the Board of Supervisors for Lehigh Township. And I'd like to thank all of the neighboring municipalities, Walnut Borough, Moore Township, East Allen, and Allen Township, for all their collaboration that they are so willing to give our community with everything that we try to work on together. Walnut Borough in particular is water and sewer. We collaborate with them in that area, as far as our police department and fire with Walnut, Allen, and East Allen. We're very appreciative for everything that they do for us, and we look forward to a continued relationship.
Hi, I'm Brian Carl, the administrator for Weisenberg and Low Hill Townships in Lehigh County, standing here in a field in Heidelberg Township. I'm here to express our appreciation for the 6 municipalities for coming together to update our existing multi-municipal comprehensive plan. Those municipalities being Weisenberg, Low Hill, Heidelberg, Lynn, Washington Townships, and the borough of Slatington. It helps our efforts to preserve and protect this open space, cut down on density, and also support the revitalization efforts up in Slatington.
Hi, my name is Leo Atkinson. I'm the president of Fountain Hills Borough Council, and we're here today at the Fountain Hill Fire Department to talk about our mutual aid agreements. We have an all-volunteer fire department like many townships and boroughs in the Lehigh Valley, so we rely on our neighbors' help, and they rely on ours to make sure that our fire calls are covered adequately. So we have aid agreements with Salisbury Township and Lower Saucon Township, where they will help us respond to our calls and we respond to theirs to make sure all of our residents get great fire service. We also have agreements with Salisbury Township's Public Works Department, where our Public Works will work with them on bigger projects when we need extra manpower or equipment, and they will also borrow manpower and equipment from us when they're working on something bigger, so we can avoid the expense of hiring temporary staff or buying or renting equipment, for more one-off projects. And then we also work with the City of Bethlehem and Hellertown with their camera equipment for our sewer system. So we need to take a look at our sewers. We can borrow that equipment rather than renting or buying our own. And with that, I just want to give a big thank you to Salisbury Township, Lower Saucon Township, Hellertown, and the City of Bethlehem to help a small borough like ours maintain fiscal responsibility for our residents.
My name is Jerry Young. I'm a councilman with the Borough of Freemansburg. We have a mutual agreement with our neighboring municipalities, Bethlehem Township, Hellertown, and Lower Saucon, between our fire companies and police department. Whenever we need them, they're right there, and we're right there to help them.
Hi, my name's Kathy Hartraff, Borough Manager with the Borough of Hellertown. I'd like to give a shout out to our friends and neighbors in Lower Saucon Township. The Borough of Hellertown and Lower Saucon Township have partnered on many projects throughout the years. Most recently, we're doing an update to our multi-municipal comp plan. Some of the other things that we do together are the Saucon Rail Trail, a great resource for the Saucon Valley region, the Saucon Valley Compost Center. The police departments work together on various projects, including National Night Out. We do Community Day together, our Music in the Parks, the Saucon Valley Parade. So thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to work with you.
Hi, my name is Dick Pote, Coopersburg Borough Council member, talking to you about collaboration with our neighbors. We have a long history of collaborating with Upper Saucon Township with our sewer system and with our public works programs. However, I also want to make a shout out to a volunteer citizen here in Coopersburg, Ken Moore. Ken spearheaded our streetscape program, making possibilities come to life. He's worked with our borough manager, Tim Passhouse, and Denny Belisack, our council president, and has written over a dozen grant applications. And Coopersburg has been awarded a majority of those. So as you can see behind us, we are now getting new sidewalks and pedestrian lighting and crosswalks. So Ken, thank you again from all of us.
Hi, I'm Mayor Dan DePaul, West Easton. My community started a police department, and it's the first one in Pennsylvania that started from scratch in 50 years. We got resources from Palmer Township as far as police cars, Williams Township with a two-way radio for our emergency management coordinator. They made us an offer we couldn't refuse. I also like to thank the City of Easton and Wilson for the partnership in paving Lehigh Drive from 25th Street to Umore Park entrance. I also like to include the Borough of Glendon. We share resources in the winter with salt and snow plowing.
Hi, my name's Dave Culver. I'm the chairman of the Board of Supervisors in Palmer Township, and we're up here at the Charles Schrin interchange on Route 33 and Tatamy Road. This was a collaboration of all our local municipalities, Tatamy, Forks Township, Stockertown, Lower Naz, Upper Naz, and don't forget the school districts, Easton School District, Nazareth School District, and Northampton County. We came together with the state of Pennsylvania to collaborate on a large interchange project encompassing almost 1,000 acres on the north end of Palmer Township. It was a project that was many years in the making, but at the end of the day became a huge economic generator for all of the areas of all of the municipalities affected up here. I just want to say thanks to our neighbors and our partners in this project.
Hi, I'm Brian Cucker. I'm the chair for the steering committee of the Nazareth Area Regional Comprehensive Plan. We're standing here today in front of the Whitfield House, which is a local treasure of the Nazareth area. Intermunicipal cooperation is something we're used to here in the Nazareth area. Our public works departments share resources and personnel to complete larger municipal projects. We also fund common resources such as the Nazareth Library. The Nazareth Council of Governments naturally grew out of that spirit of cooperation and were comprised initially of the municipalities of the Nazareth School District, the 3 townships of Bushkill, Upper Nazareth, and Lower Nazareth, and the 3 boroughs, Nazareth, Tatamy, and Stockertown. An early goal of the COG was to develop a regional comprehensive plan, and we were joined in that effort by Bath Borough, Moore Township, and Chapman Borough. In 2017, we realized our plan needed to be updated, and Hanover Township joined in the effort due to its history of cooperation with Lower Nazareth in operating the Colonial Regional Police Department. Among the goals of our plan update are to guide development into appropriate areas and to preserve the resources and open spaces that define our region. The plan update will allow the participating municipalities to accomplish all of their goals and allow them to express individually their desires and concerns regarding development in the entire region. I'd like to thank all of the participating municipalities in forging ahead with this effort.
Hi, I'm Tom Petrucci. I'm the Township Manager for Plainfield Township and the Chairperson of this planned Slate Belt Steering Committee. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the communities of the boroughs of Bangor, East Bangor, Penn Argyl, Windgap, Portland, and Rosetto, and the townships of Lower Mount Bethel, Upper Mount Bethel, Plainfield, and Washington, in order to commend all the communities for embarking on the first ever regional comprehensive plan. This was quite an ambitious project to undertake, especially when you factor in that all of the communities are extremely diverse in nature in terms of topography, demographics, population, and as well as budgetary considerations. This project will provide tremendous benefits to the communities in terms of transportation planning, keeping the rural communities that desire to stay rural, as well as pointed economic development considerations and planning for all uses across each of the municipalities on a regional basis. One such successful planning effort has been the Slate Belt Regional Police Department, and we are looking forward to other similar successful stories in the future.
So, we're talking about strengthening community. I'm very proud to say, the COVID-19 response, as it unfolded for each municipality, it was probably a challenge. It was something new. None of us, I don't think any of us in the Lehigh Valley or really across the state, nation, had faced anything quite like this from a management standpoint. I was pleased and relieved at the same time that we had veteran managers, administrators in Northampton County that could get together, call upon us all to get the group sessions together, figure out how we were going to do broad-based strategies, but how we could tailor that for local municipalities. And that brought in a sense of calm, I think. I'm grateful as a municipal manager to have folks of different career lengths: Brent Green with East Allen Township, Tom Petrucci in Plainfield, Jay Finnegan with Hanover Township, Dave Woglam with the Lafayette College, and our municipal liaison with decades of experience. But these individuals, the voices that we had here in Northampton County, to really help us along with the COVID-19 crisis, I'm thankful for it.
Hi, my name's Tori Morgan. I'm president of the Board of Commissioners for South Whitehall Township, and I'm here today on the Jordan Greenway with a special thanks to our neighbors who have helped make this possible, which would include the city of Allentown, North Whitehall, and Lehigh County. We also want to make a special shout out to our neighbors at Upper Macungie, in which we have done some very fun projects, which include Shop with a Cop. Also a very important program for the township, which is the DUI task force, in which we work with Upper Macungie and a variety of other communities. And in addition to that, Upper Macungie has been a long-time partner in a lot of our parks programs, so we're thrilled to work with them and very grateful for their time. We also have had the opportunity to work closely with Lower Mac and North Whitehall and Upper Mac on a mutual aid type agreement, which we provide manpower from a public works standpoint in the cases of emergencies, which has really helped us in situations more recently that we've had with natural disasters here in South Whitehall. It is our continued goal to work with our neighbors to have the best and most safe and efficient community that we can have, and we look forward to a great future.
Hi, I'm Donna Wright. I'm chairman for the Comprehensive Committee for the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission and also chair supervisor for Lower Milford Township. I happen to be one of the members of the Southwestern Lehigh County Comprehensive Plan. There are 3 municipalities and 3 boroughs. We are Lower Milford, Upper Milford, Lower Macungie, and Emmaus, Macungie, and Albertus. Together, the 6 municipalities got together over 15 years ago for our first regional comprehensive plan. And since then, we've updated and are now in our second plan. Working together has been fantastic. It's helped everyone to promote development and sustainable businesses, as well as preserving farmland and open space by communicating together and working together. Really appreciate the different points of view that it's brought, specifically because we're 50-50 as far as townships and boroughs are concerned. So it's been highly successful. We like to keep working together and really wish to promote some other communities to do the same, because in the long run, it does nothing but make each municipality stronger when you're working with your community as a whole.
You may not have been counting, but we did. You just heard stories about how every municipality in the Lehigh Valley, all 62 of them, have been working together, and how they continue to work together to get through these challenging times, but also how they are leading the way into the future Lehigh Valley.
Looking to the future is exactly what we do best here, and it is my great honor to present the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission's inaugural Future Lehigh Valley Heroes Award, to be given to individuals or groups who exemplify the policies of Future Lehigh Valley, the regional plan. Our first Future Lehigh Valley Heroes Award goes to the students in the Youth Leadership Program at Community Bike Works. They were paving the way for the policies of Future Lehigh Valley, the regional plan, and Walk Roll Lehigh Valley, the active transportation plan, long before these 2 groundbreaking strategies were adapted. They inspired us to plan for a balanced community where you can walk, roll, or take transit anywhere. Everyone can enjoy and protect our natural environment, where everyone who works hard, stays in school, sets goals for themselves, and has access to an equitable and bright future. They are leading now among their peers and represent the next generation of regional leaders. Community Bike Works is an amazing organization that teaches life lessons through bicycles to the youth of Allentown, Bethlehem, and now Easton. With programs like the Earn a Bike program, recreational bike rides, and youth volunteerism, Community Bike Works students remain active and engaged in their community. In the popular Earn a Bike program, kids learn how to refurbish a bicycle and earn one of their own with a new helmet in the process. This starts with fixing up a bike, but it quickly becomes more about the kids finding their voice and becoming part of their community. While working on their bikes, the students learn teamwork, perseverance, and other life skills that carry over into their schoolwork and support their long-term success. Lehigh Valley Planning Commission is proud to support Community Bike Works on their 25th anniversary and anticipate in the annual Spin-a-thon to raise money to support this youth skills development and mentoring program. In 25 years, Community Bike Works has engaged more than 5,000 young people in youth bike mentoring. The students participate in and advocate for change in their communities. These kids are trailblazers, literally supporting a transportation system that is equitable to all users, whether bikers, walkers, transit riders, the mobility impaired, or drivers. The volunteerism and the commitment to themselves and the Lehigh Valley is an example for all of us, and their work supplements the implementation of the Future Lehigh Valley, the regional plan, and our new Walk Roll Lehigh Valley active transportation plan. They are charting the course for a greener, healthier future, and that's why I created the Future Lehigh Valley Heroes Award. In addition to this award, the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission will sponsor and accompany a group of Community Bike Works students on an excursion bike ride to mark the Delaware and the Lehigh National Heritage Corridor as the region's first commuter corridor. Thank you to all the staff and volunteers at Community Bike Works for your dedication to mentoring, and providing our future Lehigh Valley heroes the chance for growth and development in the community. They are the future of the Lehigh Valley. Please join me in a virtual round of applause for our 2020 future Lehigh Valley heroes and the difference Community Bike Works is making. Now, it is my great pleasure to present the award to the first award for a future Lehigh Valley hero, and that hero is Nashira Brown. Nashira, can I present you with this award? Thank you for your good work and keep it up. You're setting a good example for all the young students and young people your age in the Lehigh Valley.
Thank you.
And keep up the good work. Thank you. Now I'd like also to present a future Lehigh Valley Hero Award to Sharif Brown. Sharif, I will say the same thing to you. Thank you for your good work and setting a good example for all the youngsters in the Lehigh Valley. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You deserve it. What a way to close an amazing evening. Are you as excited about the future Lehigh Valley as I am? With all the challenges we face and overcome this year, it's just reaffirmed in what we already knew. There's no limit to our ability to adapt, evolve, and create. Now that we can do anything, what will you do?